few years ago, things finally started going right for my family. I had just gotten a promotion at work. Not overnight success, not some life-changing miracle, but the kind that finally made things feel stable. After years of renting and moving around, my wife and I were able to buy a house. It wasn't huge, just a quiet place in a decent neighborhood. Enough space for the kids, enough room to finally feel settled. We decided that if we were starting fresh, we wanted the house to feel like a home. New furniture, a clean slate, something that actually felt permanent. We have 3 kids. Our oldest son was 13 at the time, old enough to act uninterested in most things. Our daughter was 10, curious, emotional, and very expressive. Our youngest son was 7, still caught between imagination and reality. One weekend, we decided to look for furniture that wasn't mass-produced. Nothing expensive, just something with character. That's how we ended up at a small antique shop on the edge of town. The shop was quiet in a way old places usually are. Dusty shelves, narrow aisles, furniture packed closely together, like it had been waiting there for years. Nothing about it felt creepy, just aged. Most of the furniture didn't interest us. Then my daughter stopped in front of a tall wooden wardrobe near the back of the store. It wasn't decorative. No carvings, no mirror. Just dark wood, heavy doors, and a faint smell of old varnish. She loved it immediately. She insisted it belonged in her room. I reminded her that she already had a walk-in closet, plenty of space, more than she needed. She didn't care. She said the wardrobe made her room feel different, older somehow, more grown up. At the time, it seemed harmless. Kids latch onto strange things, so we bought it. The wardrobe was delivered a few days later. It took 2 men to carry it upstairs. It scraped lightly against the doorframe going into my daughter's room. I remember joking that it didn't want to fit. My daughter laughed. That was the last time any of us laughed about it. The first night passed without incident. The second night, my daughter woke up thinking she heard footsteps in her room. She didn't scream. She didn't get out of bed. She just lay there, staring at the ceiling, listening. When the sound stopped, she went back to sleep. She didn't tell us the next morning. The following night, she heard something else. A faint sound, like wood shifting, maybe movement inside the wardrobe. She got out of bed and opened it. Nothing inside, no smell, no movement. She closed the doors and went back to sleep. Still didn't tell us. By the third night, the sounds came again, this time louder. She stayed in bed. She didn't open the wardrobe again. She pulled the blanket over her head and waited for morning. That was the night she finally told us. My wife and I listened, and like parents do, we explained it away. Old house noises, new furniture settling, pipes, air pressure. She didn't argue, but she didn't look convinced either. The next night, everything changed. Her sleep broke suddenly, without any sound or obvious reason. She hadn't been dreaming. She just woke up with that sharp feeling that something wasn't right. She lay there in the dark, listening. That's when she noticed something in the far corner of her room. At first, she thought it was just darkness collecting where the light from the hallway couldn't reach. But then it shifted. Not suddenly, not quickly. Something darker than the rest of the room began to move. It didn't have a shape she could focus on. No face. No outline she could describe. Just a presence separating itself from the corner, sliding slowly along the wall like a shadow that didn't belong to anything. She watched it move across the room, past her bed, toward the door. The hallway light was on, casting a faint yellow glow under the doorframe. She saw the dark shape pass through the doorway and disappear into the hallway. as if the wall and door meant nothing to it. That's when she screamed. My wife and I were out of bed instantly. By the time we reached her room, she was shaking, crying, pointing at the open doorway. She didn't say ghost. She didn't say monster. She said, "Something walked out of my room." That was enough. We didn't debate it. We didn't inspect the wardrobe. We didn't try to rationalize it further. That night, our daughter slept in our room. The next morning, I called the antique shop. We returned the wardrobe that same day. No questions asked. After it was gone, things went back to normal. No more sounds. No more nightmares. My daughter stopped checking her room at night. She never talked about what she saw again. Neither did we. We still live in that house. Nothing like that has happened since. But every now and then, when I walk past my daughter's room late at night, I think about how close we came to brushing it off completely. And I'm grateful we didn't wait any longer to listen. I don't know what was in that room. I don't know if it had anything to do with the wardrobe. All I know is this: whatever it was, it stopped being a problem the moment we removed it. And that was enough for me.